That morning Taras went out for groceries and did not come back, and that, in fact, was where it all began, though of course it had begun far earlier, but for the mother, for Galina Stepanovna, it began precisely with this, with an ordinary trip to the shop, with that wretched bag he never carried home, in which were some of their odds and ends, milk, a sack of grain, what else? Small things that all at once became the last. And the main thing, reader, is that it happened here already, in the new town, the very one to which they had fled from death, and where death, they had been promised, where they had promised themselves, was not supposed to be. From the bombs they had run. From the grey van they did not run. But I am getting ahead of myself. Let me go in order. Before I tell how everything was taken from this woman, I must say what she had. Otherwise, one cannot grasp the size of the loss. And she had, to tell the truth, little. But that little was a whole world. Galina Stepanovna was one of those women whom the years do not spoil but seem rather to refine. She was approaching 70, yet she held herself straight, without stooping, and in her very bearing. In the way she sat, the way she turned her head, there was breeding. Not the inherited kind, but the kind a person cultivates in themselves, by culture, by education, by the habit of dignity. She never wore a headscarf, thinking it, for herself, an old woman's thing. Her grey hair, still thick, was always tidy, pinned up, and even now, in calamity, she would not let herself go out unkempt. This was the last fortress she held against chaos, and she did not mean to surrender it. She dressed simply, but with that taste which cannot be drunk away or bombed away. An old but well-cut jacket, a string of beads that Stepan had given her long ago, and everything sat on her so that strangers in a queue took her for the lady she had, in essence, once been. Her face was intelligent, fine-featured, all in light wrinkles, which in some people run downward, toward the mouth, in folds of bitterness, but in her ran upward, toward the eyes, because she was by nature a bright, smiling person, and even now, in the depth of grief, there would now and then surface on that face an old readiness to smile, the way an earlier drawing surfaces on an old wall from beneath the new paint. She had lived a life that was neither poor nor empty. She had finished her institute, worked as an engineer in a design bureau, and loved her work, and was held in good standing, and in her old age retired with respect, with certificates of merit, which then burned up along with everything else. She was, withal, crystally, awkwardly honest. In all her years she had never taken a kopeck of what was not hers, and she could not lie, so that she would blush at her own white lies, the very ones with which we all mercifully shield those we love. They had a big, bright apartment in the center, with books along every wall, with a piano on which little Oksana once played, and they had a dacha out of town, a garden Stepan had raised with his own hands, apricots, grapevines, the quiet of the evenings, jam for the winter, all of it, the apartment, the dacha, the books, the piano, the certificates, all of it was now rubble, grey dust, nothing. The apartment was bombed, and the dacha, and of her former, settled, well-arranged life, there was not left one stone upon another. Her husband Stepan she had buried long ago, some 15 years back. He had been an engineer like her, a big quiet man, as the son would later be, and he died quietly, in his sleep, troubling no one, as he had lived, and she was left with 2 children and raised them alone, and never once complained, because complaining was not in her habit, managing was. And now, In her old age, this once well-off, educated, dignified woman had nothing left. No home, no things, no town, no former self. Nothing remained but love. And in that nakedness, when everything extraneous had been washed away, it was suddenly revealed that love was her one true wealth, the thing that does not burn and that no bomb can take.